Okay, so I wanted to read from the book of Thoth again today. You see, here's another living image. This is an Angkor Wat. This always amazes me, man. This whole Angkor Wat blows my mind. But if you look at this, see, there's something. Look at that guy's eye. Tell me that guy's eye isn't open. Because when I swore I was looking at the was it the Black Madonna? Okay, and I figured out this secret of like the black stone. Anyways, I thought I was seeing things like the way the light reflects off this black stone. But anyways, okay. This is Emerald tablet number 2, the halls of Amenti. Okay, so right away, Thoth is talking about the heart of the earth. Okay, so deep in the heart's earth lie the halls of Amenti. Far neath the islands of sunken Atlantis, halls of the dead and halls of the living, bathed in the fire of the infinite all. This fire is probably a blue flame of some sort. For in a past time, lost in the space-time, the children of light look down on the world. See the children of men in their bondage, bound by the force that came from beyond. Knew they only by freedom from bondage could man ever rise from the earth to the sun. Down they descended in created bodies, taking the semblance of men as their own. The masters of everything said after their forming, we are they who were formed from the space dust, partaking of life from the infinite all, living in the world as children of men, like and yet unlike the children of men. He's talking about these chosen people that came from the stars. You, me. Okay? And like David said, the Lord remembers, he knoweth our frame. He remembers that we are dust. Okay? Okay, side by side then placed they other spaces, filled them with life and light from above. Builded they then the halls of Amenti that they might dwell eternally there, living with life to eternity's end. 32 were there of the children, sons of light, who had come among men, seeking to free the bondage of darkness those who were bound by the force beyond. Deep in the halls of life grew a flower, flaming, expanding, driving backward the night. Placed in the center a ray of great potence, life-giving, light-giving, filling with power all who came near it. Placed they around it thrones, 32, places for each of the children of light, so that they were bathed in radiance, filled with the life from the eternal light. Time after time placed they their first created bodies, so they might be filled with the spirit of life. Okay, 100 years out of each 1,000 must the life-giving light flame forth on their bodies, quickening and awakening the spirit of life. Okay, there in the circle from eon to eon sit the great masters, living life not known among men. There in the halls of life they lie sleeping. Okay, so the Mayan also knew about this. Okay, see, the Mayans are different in a way that they count zero as a number. Okay, and this zero is this great flower. Okay, which I believe they call it like a muscle. Okay, they call it like a muscle, I believe, and yeah, this is like the base of everything. Teaching and guiding onward and upward out of the darkness into the light. There in the halls of life filled with their wisdom, known not to the races of man, living forever, neath the cold fire of life, sit the children of light. Times there are they when they awaken, come from the depths to be lights among men, infinite they among finite. So I mean, he's talking about eternal beings that come and teach the children of men, stuff. He who by progress has grown from the darkness, lifted himself from the night into light. Free he is made of the halls of Amenti, free of the flower of light and of life. Guided he then by wisdom and knowledge, passes from man to the master of life. There he might dwell as one of the masters, free from the bonds of darkness of night. Seated within the flower of radiance sit 7 lords from the space-time above us, helping and guiding through infinite wisdom the pathway through time of the children of men, mighty and strange. They, veiled with their power, silent, all-knowing, drawing the life force, different yet one with the children of men. Different yet one with the children of light. Okay, so these would be the equivalent to what you would call the 7 spirits of God. Okay, or the 7 angels. The 7 natures of God. Okay, Isaiah 11 talks about these 7 natures. So they're different yet all alike. So God takes, right, what's he do with Joshua? Seven eyes for one stone, right? 7 eyes for one stone. Custodians and watchers of the force of man's bondage, ready to loose when the light has been reached. First and most mighty are I want to say that sits the veiled presence, Lord of Lords, the infinite 9. Over the others from each cosmic cycle, weighing and watching the progress of men. So the infinite 9, okay, 9 is the number, what the Mayans would call the Bolon, okay? This is the completion of time. Okay, and its absolute mastership. Okay, this is where the loom of life reaches maturity to a new pattern. So steady progress and growth. Okay. Um. Okay. So he says, under heat sit the lords of the cycles, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, each with his mission. Each with his mission, each with his power, guiding and directing the destiny of man. There sit they, mighty and potent, free of all time and space, not of this world, yet akin to it. This is exactly what Christ said in the Bible, okay? To be in the world, but not of the world, okay? So, outer brothers are they. These would be the white clothed, one of the 24, or just outers, as you would call. Judging and weighing, they with their wisdom watching the progress light among men. There before them was I led by the dweller, watched him blend with one from above. Then he came forth a voice saying, great art thou among children of men, free henceforth of the halls of the Menti, master of life among the children of men. Taste not of death except as thou wilt, drink thou of life to eternity's end. Henceforth forever is life. Thine for the taking, henceforth is death at the call of thy hand. Dwell here, leave here when thou desires. Free is Amenti to the Son of Man. Take up life in what form you desire, child of the light that has grown among men. Choose thou thy work, for all souls must labor. Never be free from the pathway of light. One step thou hast gained on a long pathward upward. Infinite now is the mountain of light. Each step thou takest but heightens the mountain. All of thy progress but lengthens the goal. Approach ye ever the infinite wisdom. Ever before thee recedes the goal. Free are ye made now of the halls of Amenti to walk hand in hand with the lords of the world. One in one purpose, working together, bringers of light to the children of men. Then from his throne came one of the masters, taking my hand and leading me onward through the halls of the deep hidden land. Led me through the halls of Amenti, showing me mysteries that are not known to man. Through the dark passage downward, he led me into the hall where sits the dark death. Vast as space lay the great hall before me. Okay, walled by darkness, yet filled with light. Before me arose a great throne of darkness, veiled on it seated a figure of night, darker than darkness sat the great figure. Dark with the darkness, not of the night. Before it then paused the master, speaking the word that brings about life, saying, O master of darkness, God of the way from life unto life. Before thee if I bring a son of the morning. Touch him not with the power of night. Call not his flame to the darkness of night. Know him, see him, one of our brothers, lifted from the darkness into the light, released his flame from its bondage. Free let it flame through the darkness of night. So when I think of the spirit, man, when I think of the spirit, somebody said, well, define me a spirit. Define what spirit is. So I told my friend, I said, well, the best way I could see spirit as a flame, as the candle, with a flame. So it seems as though he is actually allowing a child of the day, not a child of the night, and Thoth is the one in charge of who is touching, or who is able to put, who is able to have authority, over this flame, which is nothing. It's not bound by darkness anymore. Raised then the hand of the figure, forth came a flame that grew clear and bright, rolled back swiftly the curtain of darkness, unveiled the hall from the darkness of night. Then grew in the great space before me, flame after flame from the veil of the night, uncounted millions leaped they before me, some flaming forth as the flowers of fire, others that were shed in a dim radiance, growing but faintly from out of the night. Some there that were faded swiftly, others that grew from a small spark of light, each surrounded by its dim veil of darkness, yet flaming with the light that could never be quenched, coming and going like fireflies in springtime, filled they the space with light and with life. Okay, then spoke a voice mighty and solemn, saying, these are lights that are souls among men, growing and fading, existing forever, changing yet living through death into life. When they have bloomed into a flower and reached the zenith of growth in their life, swiftly then send I my veil of darkness, shrouding and changing to new forms of life. Steadily upward throughout the ages, growing and expanding into greater flames, lighting the darkness with yet greater power, quenched yet unquenched by the veil of the night. So grows the soul of man ever upward, quenched yet unquenched by the darkness of night. Okay, so here you see what the Egyptians call an Ankh, the key of life, the key to life, the key to achieving immortality, the keys of death and hell, the key of David. So this is not just for one person. This is for all. We are all one. So I, death, come and yet remain not, for life eternal exists in the all. Only an obstacle, I in the pathway, quick to be conquered in the infinite light, awaken, O flame that burns ever inward, flame forth and conquer the veil of the night. Then in the midst of the flames, in the darkness grew there one that drove forth the night, flaming and expanding ever brighter, until at last was nothing but light. Then spoke my guide, the voice of the Master, see your own soul as it grows in the light, free now from ever from the Lord of the night. Forward he led me through many great spaces filled with the mysteries of the children of light. Mysteries that man may never yet know until he too is a son of the light. Backward, then he led me into the light of the hall of the light. Knelt I then before the great masters, the lords of all the cycles above. Spoke he then with words of great power, thou hast been made free of the halls of Amenti. Choose thou thy work from the children of men. Then spoke I, O great master, let me be a teacher of men, leading them onward and upward until they too are lights among men, freed from the veil of the night that surrounds them, flaming with light that shall shine among men. Okay. Spoke to me then the voice, go as ye will, so it be decreed. Master are ye of your destiny, free to take or reject at will. Take the power, take the wisdom, shine as a light among the children of men. Upward then led me the dweller, dwelt I again among the children of men, teaching and showing some of my wisdom, son of the light, like a fire among men. So what did Christ say? So let's go in Malachi real quick. Let's go in Malachi. So the best way I could describe Thoth is he's a messenger. He's a marksman. And he's more than just a character. He's okay, so yeah, Malachi says this. So Thoth says this, upward then led me to dwelt I among the children of men, teaching and showing some of my wisdom, son of the light, of fire among them. Okay? So Malachi 3, what does it say? Behold, I will send my messenger. I will send my Malek. Okay? And he shall prepare the way before me. And the Lord whom you seek will suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant whom you delight in. Behold, he shall come, saith the Lord of hosts. But who may abide in the day of his coming? Who shall stand when he appeareth? For he's like a refiner's fire and a fuller's soap. And he shall sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver. He shall purify the sons of Levi and purge them as gold and silver is purged, that they may offer an offering unto the Lord in righteousness. Okay, so and here, hold ye and keep ye, preserve my record. God shall it be to the children of men. So he's leaving a trail. Okay, we'll just read till page 13 here. So this is tablet 3, the key of wisdom. I thought the Atlantean, give him my wisdom, give him my knowledge, give him my power. Freely I give to the children of men, give that they too might have wisdom to shine through the world through the veil of the night. Wisdom is power, power is wisdom, one with each other, perfecting the whole. So without these words of life, okay, without these words of light, without men preaching these words, talking out these words, speaking out these words, without men learning these words, using these words, storing in their heart these words mean nothing. Okay? But what did Christ say? Freely give, because freely you have what? Been given. Okay? Freely I give it to the children of men. give that they too might have wisdom to shine through the world through the veil of the night. Wisdom is power, and power is wisdom, one with each other, perfecting the whole. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. Okay? Be thou not proud, O man, in thy wisdom. Discourse with the ignorant as well as with the wise. See? Now, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, they couldn't understand why Christ sat with sinners. You know, the people that you would avoid and cross the street to avoid. Christ was sitting with them, the nobodies, the counted out. Okay? For wisdom is for all. You see, one thing a lot of people, a lot of rich people, a lot of greedy people, a lot of bad people have hidden the knowledge of these things. To the poor, to the needy, for the lost and the hopeless. They've stolen the keys of hell. Okay? So, keep not silent when evil is spoken for truth, like the sunlight shines above all. He who oversteppeth the law shall be punished, for only through the law comes the freedom of men. What he's talking about is universal laws. Okay, universal laws. Follow thy heart during thy lifetime. Do thou more than is commanded of thee. Okay? So this is, you could just go in the Beatitudes and look, okay? What did Christ say? If someone asks you to walk a mile with him, go 2 miles. Okay? Go above and beyond. When thou hast gained riches, follow thy heart. Okay? For all these are to no avail if thy heart be weary. Diminish thou not at the time of following thy heart. It is abhorred of the soul. So this is exactly what John was talking about, is saying don't grieve the Holy Spirit. And also, this is exactly what David was talking about in Psalms. I can't think of the Psalms right now, okay? It's literally almost word for word where he says, okay, when thou gains riches, do not think that, let me find out where this is. I want to say it's 40. Okay, so I can't find it right now. I want to say it's somewhere in 40. Where he talks about do not let your heart be, exalted whenever you gain riches. So they that are guided go not astray, but they that are lost cannot find a straight path. If thou go among men, make for thyself love the beginning and end of the heart. If one cometh unto thee for counsel, let him speak freely. Let the thing for which he hath come to thee may be done. If he hesitates to open his heart to thee, it is because thou, the judge, doeth the wrong. Repeat not extravagant speech, neither listen to it, for it is the utterance of one not in equilibrium. So once again, going back to the Beatitudes, okay? So those who sit in nice robes, make long speeches, they have their portion. Okay. Silence is of great profit, and abundance of speech profiteth nothing. So be slow to speak, quick to listen. Right? In the book of James. Sometimes silence is the greatest noise too. Okay. Exalt not thy heart above the children of men, lest it be brought lower than the dust. So if thou be great among men, be honored for knowledge and gentleness. If thou seekest to know the nature of a friend, ask not his companion, but pass a time alone with him, debate with him, testing his heart by his words and his bearing. That which goeth in the storehouse must come forth. These things that are thine must be shared with a friend. Mine is thine, and thine is yours. Knowledge is regarded by the fool as ignorance, and the things that are profitable are to him hurtful. He liveth in death. It is therefore his food. The wise man lets his heart overflow, but keeps silent his mouth. O man, listen to the voice of wisdom, listen to the voice of light. Mysteries there are in the cosmos that unveiled fill the world with their light. Let he who would be free from among the bonds of darkness first divine the material from the immaterial, the fire from the earth, for ye that the earth descends to the earth, so fire ascends on the fire and becomes one with the fire. He who knows the fire that is within himself shall ascend unto the eternal fire and dwell in it eternally. Fire, the inner fire, is the most potent of all force. For it overcometh all things and penetrate to all things of the earth. Okay, and I'll read this page and stop there. So man supports himself only on that which resists. So earth must resist man until he exists, else he existeth not. All eyes do not see with the same vision. For the one, an object appears of one form and color to a different eye of another. So also the infinite fire, changing from color to color, is never the same from day to day. So that's true. I mean, some people you just can't see. You can't get them to see the things that you see. I have a real problem with this. So, thus I doth speak of my wisdom, for man is a fire burning bright through the night. Never is quenched is the veil of darkness. Never is quenched by the veil of the night. Hearken, O man, listen to this wisdom. Where do name and form cease? Only in consciousness, invisible, an infinite force of radiance bright. The forms that ye create by brightening thy vision truly affects that follow thy cause. Man is a star bound to a body. Until the end he is freed through his strife. Only a struggle and toiling thy utmost shall the star within thee bloom out in new life. He who knows the commencements of all things, free as his star from the realms of night. So have you ever seen the way stars look? They actually look like they're imprisoned entities. Okay, like they're just trapped in that little sphere or orb. Okay, so this is also talking about the day star rising in your heart. Okay, remember, O man, that which exists is only another form of that which exists not. Everything that has been in passing into yet another being, and thou thyself are not an exception. Nothing new under the sun. Consider the law, for all is law. Seek not that which is not of the law, for such exists only in the illusion of the senses. Wisdom cometh to all her children, as even as they cometh unto wisdom. All through the ages the light has been hidden. Awake, O man, and be wise. Deep in the mysteries of life have I traveled, seeking and searching for that which is hidden. Listen, O man, and be wise. Now, what did God, okay, what did Isaiah 45 says? Isaiah 45, okay. Well, in Isaiah 45, thus says the Lord to his anointed Cyrus, whose right hand have I holden to subdue nations. Before him I will loosen the loins of kings, to open before him the two leave gates, and the gates shall not be shut. I will go before thee, make the crooked places straight. I will break in pieces the gates of brass, cut asunder the bars of iron. I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places. Okay? So far neath the earth crust in the halls of Amenti mysteries I saw that are hidden from men. Oh, have I journeyed the deep hidden passage, I looked on the light that is life among men. There neath the flowers of life ever living searched I the hearts and the secrets of men. Now who is the one who searches the hearts and the secrets of men? Because I believe in Jeremiah 17 says it pretty clear. Okay? So it says in Jeremiah 17:9, it says, the heart is deceitful above all things, desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doing. So the Lord sees the heart. He sees if your heart's producing love or what it's producing, if it's producing blackness. So I have to do a video on the New Jerusalem and how the Lord sees us as living stones, okay? And you could be a black stone, you could be a colorful stone, you know. But unfortunately, if you're not one of those stones, in the New Jerusalem, you'll never see the kingdom of heaven. So, before the Lord's hidden Amenti, I learned the wisdom I gave unto men. Masters are they of the great secret wisdom brought from the future of infinity's end. 7 are they, the lords of Amenti. Overlords, they of the children of the morning, sons of the cycle, masters of wisdom. Formed are not they as the children of men. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are the titles of the masters of men. Okay, now these masters, okay, they just might be certain maybe elements or certain characters of spirits. Like one spirit, say like the three The Mayans believed like the 3 would be the ox, okay, which is rhythm, creativity, okay, igniting a spark. The 4 would be like order and certainty, okay, starting the foundations of the universe. Okay, the 5 would be the whole, the base and the center of the universe, the heart of all of it. The 6 would be the Wuwak, okay, the balance and the growth of things. Okay, the 7 would be the Ook, okay, unification, unifying the above and the below, the gateway between the worlds. Okay, it's a holy number. So that's just an example. I don't know what exactly he's meaning by that, though. Fourth, from they came forth the logos, instruments. They have the power over all, vast is their countenance, yet hidden in smallness. Formed by a forming, known yet unknown. It's crazy because he talks about hidden in smallness. You know, I see all these tie-dye shirts everywhere I go with the Fibonacci sequence, the spiral, the what do you call it? The pearl hidden within the spiral, the flower of life. Right? 3 holds the key of all hidden magic, creator of he of the halls of the dead. Sending forth power, shrouding with darkness, binding the souls of the children of men. Sending the darkness, binding the soul force. Binding the souls of the children of men, sending the darkness, binding the soul force, director of negative to the children of men. You see what he just said, director of negative. Okay, so the 3, when in the Mayans' belief, okay, and the reason why I compare the Mayans to the Egyptians because they kind of are parallel to each other. So what he means is binding the soul force director of the negative to the children of men. The 3 is the ox or the osh. Osh. This sets in motion. This reconciles the difference. This is an energy pulse. This is igniting a spark. Okay? This is 3-dimensional space. Okay? And the creation of time. To shape the reality using matter, form, and motion. So this is putting things in a good motion. Okay? So you have positive, negative, and neutral, just the way atoms are. And that is what he's talking about there. So I'll stop there.